Oh gosh, it's so disgusting because our city used to be so beautiful.
Windy season's here, right? The mesquite bushes are blooming plastic bags.
It's bad. It's really trashy. That's the first thing you see when you hit the city limits.
It's going to take the whole community to pitch in and to clean this up. There's a lot we can do.
Trash is something you put, tie in your bag and put it out in your dumpster. Litter is trash that got away.
It's the first thing you see when you drive into town.
The entrances into our communities are so littered that the first impression is that we don't care.
A bad impression no one wants.
So moved out here from Houston 2 years ago and was shocked by the amount of litter here. I mean, I lived in a city of 5 million people in Houston, and you never saw this kind of litter.
With all of our wind here, and it blows everywhere, it gets hung up on all the mesquite and everything around and just blows. It's just horrible.
And for those who live here,
It really just kind of makes your heart sink, because you go other places and it looks clean.
It's really trashy, and I grew up in this town, and it's kind of heartbreaking to see all the trash everywhere.
many agree the litter problem just seems to be getting worse. And if you dig a little deeper,
it's like an iceberg. What's under the surface, there's a lot more to it.
you'll find just about everything, even the kitchen sink. Some people may blame the wind for this ugly mess.
I mean, the wind's been blowing out here since dinosaurs roamed the earth, so it's not the wind. Yes, maybe the wind pushes it around. Really, it's a human problem.
So where is all this litter coming from? A lot of places, but one might surprise you. It actually starts with the trash you throw out. It's loose trash, not in tightly secured bags, that's a real problem. Especially when it's windy.
Part of it is, are you doing your part when you put the garbage in your trash cart? When that container comes upside down, whatever's in it that comes out, the wind will catch it on a real bad day.
Another problem contributing to all this litter?
Pickup trucks, I think, are a big problem. People throw stuff in the back of the pickup truck thinking they're going to get it later, throw it away later, and then when they get where they're going, it's not there. It's blown out.
But the most disturbing litter,
A lot of people get into where they just don't really care. You always see people tossing stuff out their windows, and you'll see diapers and stuff. People just open their door and just leave it there. And people just need to have a little more pride where they live.
it's not just the little things people are dumping.
Very disappointed in people they're coming down here and using our neighborhood for dumping area.
In just a matter of weeks, tires have been showing up in Thomas Jackson's alley.
These are tires that you see on your 18-wheeler truck tires that go down the highway. And them babies weigh close to 200 pounds apiece.
Jackson and his neighbors try to keep the alleys clean, but these tires are just too heavy. Even more frustrating, overnight more were added, this time pickup tires.
I guess they see that these truck tires out here is to give them the go-ahead to just start adding to the pile.
So why dump here? No one's sure, but the reason behind it is pretty clear to Jackson.
One thing, they're trying to save money, I guess. They figured they could pick on those poor innocent people that and just dump it where they please and save them some money.
Alleys are a popular dumping spot, from couches to mattresses and appliances. City workers have noticed it's getting worse.
It's been some years now that we've noticed. I mean, with the oil industry, you have it going up and down. The growth of Midland, you have people who are coming from different states, cities.
This can be found everywhere. It's not just in certain parts of town. And trying to keep up with getting rid of it isn't easy.
It can be a little defeating at times, because we take pride in our city and want our city to stay clean.
There's really no one person to blame for this mess, but many people agree. If our cities look trashy, it gives the impression we don't care either.
And you don't think anybody else cares, how easy is it for you also not to, right?
So why isn't this ugly mess getting cleaned up? Some people blame our cities, but the hard reality, there's just not enough people to go around.
We cannot employ people enough to be able to fill all the needs of our community, and it's a difficult thing to hire people to pick up trash. We have limited resources, and we do the best that we can with those resources to be able to pick up litter.
The mounds of litter along our loops and highways aren't the city's job either. The state takes care of that. TxDOT hires contract crews to come out a couple of times a month to clean up. Volunteer groups help too. You've probably seen these Adopt a Highway signs with piles of trash bags nearby. But let's face it, there's miles and miles of highways. A lot of you may be wondering why groups like Keep Midland Beautiful and Keep Odessa Beautiful aren't bagging up this mess. While they hold community cleanups, they rely strictly on volunteers from the community to help.
And our community cleanups in the spring and fall, we traditionally get 1 to 2% of the community comes out to clean. That's a handful of people compared to the amount of litter that we're getting. So sadly, there's areas in the community that we probably haven't had a group clean up in 2 or 3 years.
You may have seen inmates cleaning up trash too, so why aren't they being used more?
We would love to have a gang out there, a chain gang out there picking up trash each and every day. It's just a staffing issue, and it's a classification of those inmates issue.
Only a handful of inmates can actually go out and clean up. At the Ector County Sheriff's Office, there's one deputy that watches over the inmates, and only 4 go out at a time. Most importantly, the Sheriff's Office has to make sure they're safe.
And it's not necessarily just what they do to get in jail, but it's their behavior while they're in jail. They get classified. They have to meet a certain classification before they can be able to go outside the secure facility to work.
And something you may not know, you can't legally force inmates to clean up.
And they're all volunteer. They want to, work and do what they can outside the facility. And most of them are in here for very minor crimes.
As for the biggest eyesore of all, you can't ban plastic bags in Texas. Fort Stockton tried, but the Texas Supreme Court ruled a state law on waste forbids cities from doing that.
That plastic bag and the contents is solid waste, and you can't ban solid waste. So what's the solution here? The solution is to redefine the plastic bag and the contents. And so to me, I'm basically saying is that we need to go to the legislature to redefine that.
We don't know when or if that will ever happen. So what are we going to do with all this mess? It all boils down to one thing: us.
I believe that we each as individuals who live here in our community are responsible for keeping our community clean. And so yes, we do want the city of Midland to help clean up, but really it's individual citizens who need to take that responsibility, and we need to do our part.
The problem was created by us. And if we really care about this issue, then we can solve it.
Thank you, thank you.
So where do we start? One answer can be found at this park. These Girl Scouts are picking up litter.
And there's gloves over there.
But they're also learning something new.
My name's Reagan, and I'm going to teach you how to tie a love knot.
Yes, love knots.
And make a loop like you're tying your shoes, and you tie it in a knot. And then it'll make it heavy and it won't blow away.
Tying up trash bags tightly so the trash won't fall out.
Just keeping it to yourself and tying a knot when you're done with them before throwing them away will help a lot.
If you tie your trash and take it out where it's supposed to be and you make sure that lid is shut, it's just little bitty things that you can add to your routine.
And if you're throwing out the trash, don't do this. Pile it on to an overflowing trash bin.
If a trash can is full, hang on to your trash so it doesn't blow out.
Mike Pierce decided he was fed up with all the litter lying around town. When he moved here, he was concerned about the litter in his adopted hometown.
Mostly it's the same stuff. Mostly it's beer cans and beer bottles and styrofoam, normal stuff, straws, receipts.
Then he heard a call from a former mayor.
You know, he said, hey, I tell everybody, if you don't like it, pick it up. And you know, it was kind of hard to hear. It was kind of a hard love sort of story. And so I started thinking about it, and I'm like, you know, he's right. I don't like it. I'm going to start picking it up. And so I adopted the street by my house.
Mike now volunteers to help pick up trash during community cleanups.
I always get a kick out of the Red Bull cans when I pick them up, because I think people with that much energy don't have enough energy to even clean up after themselves.
He encourages everyone to volunteer too, even if you're just cleaning up around your neighborhood.
There's just a million things we could do to stop this, and I hope we can.
As for this, if you see someone throwing out litter on purpose, you can report it. Just go to don'tmesswithtexas.org. They have all the information on how you can report that person to TxDOT. For alleys that look more like landfills, there's help. Don't just leave it by the dumpster. You can actually call the city to pick it up in Midland and Odessa.
Mattress, water heater, you have washer dryers, couches, anything of that sort. You can contact our office and we will place it on a hand pickup list and we'll get those items removed. Now the list is a little bit lengthy, so we do ask everyone to be patient.
If you need to get rid of big items at your house, our cities also have drop-off days where they schedule citywide pickups. Or if you just can't stand the sight of it, you can do like these guys. They're dumping off old mattresses and furniture at Midland Citizens Collection Station. You can also stop by the Citizen Bulky Item Drop-Off in Odessa. If those big items are in good shape, you can also consider selling it on an app or the web, or donating to charity. If you hate those plastic bags you see everywhere, don't use them. Bring a reusable bag. It's one less plastic bag that can get loose.
The plastic bags, we see them everywhere. If you can, go to the supermarket with a bag that you can use every time you go. So you don't need to use as many plastic bags. Because where do they end up? In the dump. If they don't end up in the dump, they end up in a tree somewhere.
If you don't have one, several stores offer them at the cash register. And some groups, like Keep Odessa Beautiful, hand them out for free.
We give them to different, all over the city. We give over 7,000 reusable bags annually.
And for small things, if you don't need a bag, don't take one.
When you go buy a lipstick or something small and then they get a bag, it starts with refusing. I don't need that. I can put it in my purse, or I can just, simple things like that we can do as citizens to help with those bags, to refuse those bags.
Some grocery stores and big box stores have plastic bag recycling bins. But the reality is, most of those plastic bags end up in our mesquite trees and landfills. Many recycling businesses just don't take them. They're too difficult to recycle, partly because they jam up recycling machines at plants. But a lot of this other litter,
All of these things, a lot of it could be recycled. It's aluminum and plastic.
You can recycle here in West Texas. Aluminum cans, cardboard and paper, and number 1 and number 2 plastics. Those are things like water bottles, soda bottles, and milk jugs. In Midland, just drop them off at the Midland Citizens Collection Station. When you recycle, pay close attention to the signs on what can and can't be recycled. You don't want to contaminate the bin with trash.
If it says paper, put in just paper. If it says cardboard, put in just cardboard or aluminum, whatever it may be. We have, unfortunately, some people that will put garbage in those containers thinking that it's just garbage.
If a load is contaminated when it's picked up, then it will all have to be taken to the landfill. You can't recycle at Odessa's time machine right now. It's shut down while changes are being made to the facility. The city is also reevaluating its recycling program. But you can recycle at BRI Recycling in Midland, and there's one extra thing you can bring here: tin cans.
We just kind of dabble with this stuff, so we just go with the local metal dealer and just send it over there, but there's still a demand for it.
BRI takes our recycling here in West Texas. Some people think the stuff that you put in the recycle bin doesn't actually get recycled, but here...
We've got 36 years of doing this. I mean, we're dinosaurs at this. We've got 3 brokers lined up for all of our products. So if one doesn't want it and 2 doesn't want it, I know dang well that 3rd one's going to take it. So we line up only the top tier people that want our products.
So where is all this going? It's a lot closer than you think.
Okay, so this is regular paper. We'll take any type of paper, which is fine, just paper, mixed paper, market. Most of our stuff goes to Mexico. We're in a good spot to go to Mexico from here. The mills need recycled paper. They don't want really the trees. They can fall back on it, but they'd rather do recycled paper first.
Most of this cardboard goes to Mexico too, and some places in the U.S.
Cardboard is always in demand. I mean, you think about it now, everybody's getting a package delivered to their doorstep. We move over 500 to 800 tons a month of cardboard.
As for that plastic, it's sent to a company in the U.S. and turned into everything from activewear and shoes to mats and rugs. One of the best things you can recycle is aluminum cans. There's a big demand for it, and the reason might surprise you.
Back in the 70s, if you went into a convenience store and opened up the door, and there's 10 doors, probably 9 out of 10 of these were aluminum cans. Now, if you go to the same store, 9 out of 10 are plastic bottles. So there's very few of these. Now everything's switched over to plastic bottles. Why? Because it's cheaper.
Whether you recycle,
I've gotten people at my work to recycle. We should all recycle so we don't live in a Wally world, and our kids can grow up in a good environment. Give to the earth because the earth gives to us.
or if you join in a community cleanup. Anything, no matter how small, helps.
You walk by it, pick it up, put it in a container. You get a coffee cup, you get a plastic bottle, things of that nature, put it in the containers. They're available, or wait until you get home, or wait till they are available.
When you go buy something and the clerk asks you if you want a receipt, and you don't really need a receipt, don't get one. You'd be shocked how many receipts I find, you know? And if you don't need a single-use bag for one little box of something you bought at Walgreens or whatever, don't get a bag.
Some people may take the easy road when it comes to getting rid of their trash, but think about this.
I think they should be more responsible and consider other people that, you know, how would you like someone come in your neighborhood and do you like that, or you wouldn't like it, you know? So it needs to be more considerate about other people.
It doesn't matter if you're here to stay or you're leaving soon.
Love where you live. I don't care if you live in an area that has, you know, that is rich in mountains and lakes and streams, or if you live on the edge of a desert that is rich in oil and gas and really great people. You should take care of where you live.
No one's happy with the way our towns look. So if we don't want to live with litter,
we need people to help us with this, so get involved, get out here and help us pick this litter up.